What's up YouTube, Dave here for wargames, bringing you a 2-card combo to get into Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion, and extend your board even further, all from 2 cards. Now all you need is either your Lone Fire Blossom or your Scorpio. Ideally you're going to end with your Scorpio, so you can go straight to that. And then you need a monster in your hand to discard for Scorpio's effect. Technically you can say it's a 1-card combo, but because you need that discard fodder, it technically requires 2 cards. So, what I'm going to do, whether I've had Lone Fire or whatever, that could be in the grave or it could be in your deck still. As long as I've got my Scorpio, I've had ability to discard something, so we're just going to discard this from hand. All it needs to be is a monster. That in turn is going to bring you out your Darlington Cobra from your deck. You're then obviously going to use your Darlington Cobra's effect to search you out the all-powerful, brilliant fusion, and that's going to be in your hand. You're then going to overlay these 2 bad boys up there in the top right or top left, entirely up to you. You're then going to detach material off of your MX Zebra Invoker, and you're going to special summon out your Heroic Challenger Thousand Blades. You're then going to link these 2 guys together and get yourselves a beautiful Messias Radiant. I'm going to bring it actually down here so you guys can see. So we use the spell and track card zones. We're then going to activate our Brilliant Fusion. And our Brilliant Fusion, of course, is going to send our Trick Clown and our Gem Knight Garnet from our deck to the graveyard and special summon us out a Gem Knight Seraphonite. We're then going to use Trick Clown's effect to pay 1,000 life points to bring him out. And then we're going to use Heroic Challenger Thousand Blades effect to bring him out. Well then, obviously, if you have another monster in your hand, you can use your additional normal summon if you want, or ideally you would. In this example, I'm just going to have as if I've got nothing more in our hand, and we're going to link all 3 of these guys up. So this is the bare minimum, so like if you don't have any more cards in your hand, this is all you require is the 2 cards, and this is the bare minimum you can get to. So we had a Warrior Earth, we had a Fairy Earth, and we had a Beast Earth, and of course they all went into Curious of the Light Brigade. And then what we've done that, we can use Curious's effect to send a card from deck to grave. Now, ideally what we want to be sending is either a Felice or a Wolf, and then that card will be special summoned back. You can then, of course, use Curious's effect to mill 3 more cards. Again, entirely up to you if you wish to do that. We'll then overlay these 2 into either of your ranked 4s. So you can go into a Minerva for additional mills. You can go into Tornado Dragon to deal with your opponent's back row. Or if you're going a little bit slower, you can go into your Baguska because your Curious is not going to go in defense mode. So Curious can still be very, very useful and very, very powerful for you. So there's your options. The bare minimum, you've ended up with a Curious on board and a rank 4 play, or you can leave these 2 separate if you wish. On top of that, from Curious, you've milled 3. Off of Minerva, you can mill 3 and then probably draw more if you wish. It's entirely up to you on how you would like to play that. But it still leaves you with a Curious the Lightsworn Dominion and then a Minerva or another rank 4, which in my personal opinion is incredibly powerful, all from 2 cards. So it does show how busted the Brilliant Fusion kind of engine can be. Now, you can do this with Grinder Golem. The reason I haven't put Grinder Golem in here is in case it gets hit by the ban list. But if it doesn't, the whole way this one would work is as follows. Okay, so the Grinder Golem combo goes like this. Now, the reason it isn't a main combo for us because in Europe, TCG, we haven't got Link Karibo yet, and you do need Link Karibo in order to make this because you do require that 3rd Dark Monster. So what you do to start this off is you give your opponent a Grinder Golem, you give yourself 2 tokens. On top of those 2 tokens, you'd have to turn both of those into Link Spiders. One go in there, one go in there. You then turn the 2 Link Spiders into your Akeshic Magician, and your Akeshic Magician would bounce the Grinder Golem back to your hand. You would then give the Grinder Golem back to your opponent again and bring yourself out 2 more tokens. You would then turn 1 token into a Link Karibo, and then you've got 3 Dark Monsters. So you would then use all 3 of those and go into the Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion. You'd then use Lightsworn's effect to send a Felice. Now this one is more specific because again it has to be Felice in order to get rid of your Grinder Golem. So you would send Felice to the graveyard. You would then use Felice's effect to bring it back. Now moving forward in this play, of course you would mill from Curious, and then you would use whatever you would play from that, you could extend further. You would then use Felice's effect to tribute itself off to destroy the Grinder Golem, leaving your opponent without a Grinder Golem, and then obviously you would mill 3 more. So from there, that's kind of where it steps out of the realms of controllability because it will all change based on luck and your builds and stuff like that. As of that, for a combo, getting into that, that is your one waypoint through. Now, obviously, Grinder Golem is less disruptive in the sense of, you know, your opponent has less ability to disrupt it. unlike the Brilliant Fusion kind of play and stuff like that. But for now, here in the European TCG, definitely, and if it escapes the ban list, then obviously the Grinder Golem could be more useful for you guys over in the States. But for now, because it hasn't escaped the ban list, and you know the chances are it could get hit on the ban list, this is going to be probably the more used combo for us. So I hope this helps. I hope it's given an idea of how powerful Curious can be, especially as a super as well. It gives you a couple of ideas of how to play the deck and build the deck around. Like I said, if you're a European TCG, you've got one main combo of getting into Curious. If you're the American TCG, you have two ways of getting into Curious, but it does mean you have to alter your extra deck. In my personal opinion, this is probably the more fluid and effective way of doing it, but it just gives you that options. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helps. Hope this gives you a couple of ideas. Hit that notification bell. And until next time, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share. And as always, happy dueling. Also, YouTube, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.